Welcome to the Rockaway Creates Connection podcast.
Are you ready to embark on a journey that celebrates the power of creativity, community, and transformation? We are thrilled to introduce you to the heart and soul of Rockaway Beach through our community stories. Brought to you by Rockaway Creates, a nonprofit dedicated to the peninsula and its people.
Nestled on the shores of the Atlantic, we are New Yorkers coming to you from Rockaway Beach, Queens. Each episode will take you on an exploration of its remarkable community, delving into the lives and stories of local artists, entrepreneurs, activists, and visionaries who breathe life into our beloved neighborhood. Whether you're a longtime local or just down for the day, this podcast promises to be a source of insight, secrets, and connection.
So get ready to be inspired, and you can go to rockawaycreates.org to learn more about us and how you can get involved. And if you like this podcast, please like it, binge it, and share it with your friends.
Yay! Nice. Here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God. All right.
So Samantha, the whole world is so excited that you're here on the podcast.
The whole world. International. This is being streamed worldwide.
Yes.
Awesome.
And it's awesome. Yeah, we're here to talk about celebration, which you are.
Oh, Shane, don't make me cry now. Celebration. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, listen, what else, what else can we do, right? We have to celebrate. We have to celebrate ourselves, our lives, our family, all the gifts that we have. Especially, and I hate to bring it up, especially in the world in which we're living in now with wars going on everywhere. And it's very sad. And so sometimes actually especially lately in the last 8 weeks of my life, I've been posting a lot of celebratory messages, me dancing, me going on tour, and all of that. And it's genuinely from my heart. And genuinely, I'm so happy. I was so happy then. I'm happy now. But someone said to me the other day, it was like, they were crying and they were like, I watch you and you look so happy. And then they were crying and they were sad. And I was like, wait a second, am I putting out too much that it's making somebody sad? Or are they sad? I don't know. It was just kind of a weird reaction that I had from that comment. But I don't want to hide who I am and hide my joy, and it's not always that way, right? We're humans. And we have our sadness and our depression and all of that stuff. But when it's there, I want to share it with the world, especially now, right?
I love what you just brought forth because so it couldn't be obnoxious or weird. Like, yeah, the world is a dumpster fire in many ways. And like, here's Rockaway Creates. Let's talk about joy. But what you said that I want to highlight is there's a time for joy. And when it's with you, when it's natural and it's happening, it's medicine, right? Like those are my words. But the way you said it, like I said, you are a celebration. I thought of your dancing video and I thought of, you doing the show that I produced and going all in and, and we're human and, there's other times too. But today we're talking about joy because we need it. It's not like, oh yeah, I'll have fun that night. Right. No, it's like I'm having hard days these other days. So if there's an appointment for celebration, great.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. It's we have to share it. It's important,
And we have to share it.
You brought that up your show, and that was genuinely another highlight of this year for me. Doing that the show was that in November, October?
It was October. It was raining, and
it was the beginning of October because I left October. Yeah, and that really, and I remember that day, I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I got to go get dressed, and then I text that to you. I can't do it, and then you text me back, just come and do it and go. And like, just your message was, you're always you're always inspiring, and you're always like, come on, we can do this. You can do this. It doesn't matter. Good, bad, ugly, just show up. And that is incredible. And I tell you that all the time. Like you just really, you bring it to the table. You bring celebration to the table. You bring joy to the table. And I know that your life is not always like, peaches and cream. None of us, like I said. But so I appreciated that, because I got so much feedback from that, and it brought me happy. And it was like, now all I want to do is sing and dance.
Oh, I love it. Well, so before we move forward, tell everybody who you are, because we're a new configuration. Well, it's a year now. We're a new
Okay.
configuration for this year of Rockaway Creates. So tell us who you are, maybe for people who don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and stuff
Sure.
like that.
My name is Samantha Sintron, or Cintron, and I am the co-chair of Rockaway Creates, formerly Ladies of Business of Rockaway Beach. I am also the owner, the founder of Nurture You Wellness, which is a small wellness center here in the Rockaways. We provide massage therapy, mental health services, acupuncture, and we collaborate with an acupuncturist and a mental health provider, psychologist. And we have been in this location that we are now for about 3 years, but we've been in the community serving. I have been in the community serving the community with massage therapy and wellness services for 17 years. And it's awesome. And that's me. I'm here in Rockaway. I have a family, and I am, like I said, the co-chair of Rockaway Creates. And I love Rockaway Creates because we have a nice group of people that support each other. And when one can't be there, the other one steps up, and it's really nice. So that's me, Samantha. I'm a massage therapist, and I'm an actor. And I never really say that, but I am. I was just in California, and I took new headshots, and I'm ready to do that, especially now that the SAG strike is over.
Yes.
So new adventures for 2024.
Amazing. Oh, that's a great tagline. Great. And so if anybody doesn't know me, I'm Shane, Enchantress Shane. I am a business owner, and I love helping sensitive, busy people put creativity into their business, so that it doesn't become a job and it does become authentically creative. And I work with all kinds of people that have been doing their business for either a long time or a new time, and something's missing. And whenever they sit down, they're like, I don't know. It's like, "Ugh." So I really love helping people be creative, and Rockaway Creates really helps that, because I don't usually work with teams. And so our team, like you just said, there's no holding back. We're like, here's an idea. And then
Right.
we implement it. And to me, and we invite the whole peninsula, which is so special, because like any small town, I think it also sometimes is like high school, where there's cliques, and it's like, I don't go uptown or I don't go downtown. And we're like
Exactly.
we're from everywhere. So, and
Seriously, literally, like down, up, across the country.
oh yeah, that too. Right. And so we always come together, and we don't always show up super excited, right? Sometimes we have low energy, but it always turns around.
Right. You're right. Absolutely.
And the showing up, and also the idea that we can be real with each other, and we don't have to put on a facade or a face of like, okay, I'm happy. But if we start out the way we are, we can get to celebration if we're relaxed enough, and we can trust each other to be like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. I know there have been many times that I've come to meetings and I've dragged my feet, and I'm just like, ugh. And then by the time I walk out, I'm like, okay, thank God I did that. That was good. Yeah.
I love that you brought that up. It reminds me, a lot of people say that they enter and they're like, I don't have a business. I don't really know. What am I doing? Like, there's all this energy of like, oh, I'm sorry for coming. Like, there's a lot of a weird apology. And then when people leave, they're like, I feel amazing.
Right.
And
Exactly.
celebratory. Yes. So
I'd love to get more people. We got to get more people. More of the
we're telling people right now.
What's that?
Tell people right now.
We it's a nice group of us, but we want more from up, down, mid, everywhere, from everywhere, and come join us for the meetings. And it's not just meetings. We don't just go. We don't sit around a table and go, okay, my name is Samantha and I'm this and blah blah blah. We have fun. We do events. We just finished doing a vision board. A vision board event down in, remind me, in the 40s in this new community space.
Yes.
We do a lot of different things, a lot of events we have. And if I could jump to this, we have this amazing gala coming up January 20th. And that's going to be at Jade right here on 129th Street, supporting a small business there. And we need and want everyone to come. There's limited seats, so you better get your seat.
Yeah,
now.
get on it. And the thing that we're doing that's special, and we said it a little bit just based on our executive board, but we're honoring 11 nonprofits from Breezy all the way to, I even think Long Beach. Do we have somebody, or just all the way to far Rockaway? Because this cliquish stuff, which maybe some people are conscious of it or not, or it's like you go where you know.
Exactly.
Rockaway Creates ties it all together. And the piece that I want to give, I think people like us, but so many people even say, I'm coming. But then, listen, I understand it's winter. You get tired and comfortable. So I want to say permission to everybody to show up grumpy. It's a great experiment. Show up grumpy, show up truthful.
Great idea.
You don't even have to be like, we're very special people. So if you don't feel like being social, no one's going to hock you. You can just say, I need to be in my space, whatever. And you really, and the guarantee, if I may say so, is you leave, you're going to feel different. I don't know what you're going to feel, but you're going to feel hopefully and usually inspired, curious, creative, and supportive.
Definitely. Absolutely.
So you said it a little bit, and I want to ask you, and then I'll share one too. What's a personal celebration? And maybe even share your process a little bit. Like you said, you went on tour. Do you want to share about that? And like, did you think you were going to like, yeah, what was that?
Sure. Whew. So one of the highlights of 2023, there were a couple. There were more than in the past. And I shared this on one of my posts the other day. Doing this tour, this Christmas tour, which began in November, the middle of November, with the Queen of Christmas, with Mariah Carey, for those of you who don't know, that is her title, was one of the highlights of not just 2023, but of my entire life. Honestly, from beginning to end, that tour was magical. The people that were on it, the obviously the music, the dancers, the crew members, the artists, the everything, the people who I interacted with on a daily basis. And I got to see the show 16 times. We did, there were 16 performances, 13 different cities. And that was the first time that I had ever been on a tour like that. Last year, we did 2 cities, Toronto and New York. This year, we did 13. And it was magical. It brought joy to my life. I missed my family, my friends, but thank God we have FaceTime, and I was able to FaceTime them, and they were just as happy for me as I was happy being there. And so I celebrate that. I celebrate the gift that was given to me to be on that. I feel as though it was a gift. It was a blessing. It was all of that. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. That was, as a matter of fact, I connected with a lot of the people on tour, and we have become friends on Instagram, and everybody till today, and I'm sure it's going to continues to keep dumping post pictures, videos, and everybody misses the energy that was there. And so that was one of the highlights that I could celebrate. Another one, which I have to mention, obviously, is my daughter moved back home. My daughter is home here in Rockaway. She moved from Hawaii, and I celebrate that. And I'm so happy because she's doing great. And I'm happy to have her home. So yeah.
Amazing.
Sorry,
Amazing.
I went on and on, Shane. I'm sorry. I was just like,
I knew you'd love this. I knew you'd love it. You didn't go on and on. I think it's and I'll share. First of all, I just want to say that also it's really nice to see you, integrating all your parts. I just want to speak to people who are like, oh, if you're in business, you can't travel, or if you're in business, you have to say no to things. And you're like, nope, I'm going to have it all. And my daughter's going to move back home. And I'm like, even thinking about the fact, like, okay, your business is here, your daughter moved here, and you go on tour. Like most people would say, oh no, my things are here. But you're like, no, I want it all. What a great role model you are for your daughter, really, and everybody, but showing them like you could do everything you want.
Right. And that's it. I wholeheartedly believe that. I did not believe that. Ask me these same questions even 3 years ago. And I'd have been like, well, I have to choose. I don't know what I'm doing. What do you mean? Now I feel like I'm sorry to be cliche, life is short. And that's just, I want to just do it.
Do it more and more. And great. I love that. And so I'll share. So
What about you?
I'm sitting in this space.
It's a beautiful grand piano you have behind you.
It is. We're in the middle of moving all these goodies in and decorating. And I'm in a space called Lighthouse, which is at Coastal on Beach 108. I've never had a brick and mortar space. And all my dreams of having a location that's intimate, where there are going to be shows and workshops and a special place for people to come express and also co-work and also have coffee and vegetarian healthy food in like an ethereal goddess type space.
Nice.
Is amazing to me. And if you would have asked me, even let's say at this point, 8 days ago, I just wanted to have a place in Rockaway to do theater, to do shows, to have people come and do improv theater. And I kept looking at these raw spaces, 8,000 a month, crazy time. And then this came into my lap. I posted it in a group. This amazing woman, Jess, was like, I'll partner with you. She's such a bright light. And we each have a tie to the light, hence Lighthouse, which goes wonderfully with Coastal. And this place is closed in the winter. So we are a business and residency here, which will continue in the summer with different hours.
Oh, awesome.
I've never had to wake up and go somewhere I want to go. Like when I was a teacher, I would be like, whatever would be. But now I brought Cooper in a bag. I have my makeup bag here. We're putting up all kinds of material and arts and a schedule. And we're going to have things like selfie and strategy days and coffee and content days, like think tanks. I need to be with people to be creative. And now there's a place that's not in the library or somewhere else. It's like our little home. So it just lands it in, and it's reasonable. And Sam, the owner, is such an entrepreneur. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll move this over. Like he's just so in flow. And it just goes to show how in Rockaway, if you have a tiny little dream, you just have to, it's like an ember. You just ploop, and it's like a bonfire in 5 minutes, and everybody shows up and everybody supports.
Absolutely.
In your joy, I will share another celebration is that I go dipping in the ocean in the winter, which is so wild for me because I don't like to be uncomfortable physically. I'll do anything self-expression wise, but I just love it. I love it. I get to celebrate myself, that I'm not scared, afraid, talking myself out of it. And that parlays into what else can I do if I could do that? So that's my athletic inspiration.
That's awesome. I know that for you, you've wanted to have this space, and eventually perhaps there's a building you're going to buy out there that's going to have all of that is Shane, all of it. This place that you have now, the Lighthouse, which is in the Coastal Yogurt.
Yes.
When does it open?
January 1st is the soft opening, which I will let you know about. I think the 3rd, we're going to have an event for friends and family. And then the weekend of the 13th, 14th, we're going to have a grand open house. And it's the kind of place where you're like, I wonder what the window's going to look like. Like right now, we're decorating crystals from the ceilings. It's very ethereal, very fairy. And we're going to have an open mic and improv and dance classes and yoga and entrepreneurship. So it's always going to be a place to hang out. And there's a membership if you want to do all of it and not have to decide.
Oh, I'm so excited, Shane.
Yes.
You're going to have dance classes, you said?
Yes. And there's no mirrors. So if people say, oh, I don't dance, it's like, oh, you can. And guess what? You can be as free as you want and no one's even going to see you. You're not even going to see yourself.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah. So January 1st.
Yes. And we're going to have a dress up box and I'm going to have some of my enchanted treasures here. So it's just like the kind of place where you're like, I don't know what happened. I went in at 9 a.m. and now it's 2 p.m. and I have a business started. I have headshots. We have our ring light here. We have the speaker. So it's just like,
is there going to be any food?
Yes. Okay. So Jess, the partner I'm working with, she's going to do vegan bowls, vegetarian bowls, and coffee. And we're going to have non-alcoholic elixirs.
Nice.
Yeah. Fairy's Cup. And she's the resident artist. So she's decorating and bringing all her apothecary jars and
nice.
So yeah.
That is awesome. I'm so excited. Yep. That's great.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so let's see what time. Okay, great. So I guess this is a fun question. I don't really have my answer yet, but do you prefer big celebrations when you're celebrating something, a success or a birthday, or do you prefer small and intimate?
I think a little of both. Yeah. Honestly, I think recently my cousin in California, I spent some time with, I have a lot of family and friends in California. Recently, she gave me the title of Samantha 2.0. Samantha 1.0 is not gone, but she needs to be nurtured once in a while. So I look at 1.0 as the baby, as the child that tries to come up and bring up all this negative stuff and these little things that always made me sad. Yeah. And so I bring that up because you asked small or big. I think 1.0 would be like, oh, just do it small, intimate. You know, you don't want to bring too much attention to yourself. You know, let's just 2.0 is like, let's party, let's celebrate, let's be big, let's be big. So I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting when you said that. Like, I think that I resort to smaller, intimate things, which I like. But if I were really honest, I want you to be like people who are like, we're going to throw you a party. So we're going to ask you these questions and we're going to do it for you. Like for me, that would, because throwing a big party for myself, I've done it. It's a lot of work. And then I end up feeling like a hostess. And I've had people throw me. My 40th birthday was thrown for me by two friends. I was super emotional about it. And it was amazing. I had people carrying me to the beach on a big chair. Like it was over the top. And if I can not only have a big party, but also enjoy it as if I were a guest for real.
Right.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got particulars, but I think it's good. I think the older we get, the more we know ourselves. And it's like, here's what I want.
I always heard that growing up, right? And here it is, I mean, it's now or never, if not now, when? Who said that? Jamie Lee Curtis. If not now, when? If not me, who? I don't know. Something like that. Yeah. So
yeah, I have this other question. I like it because we kind of started out with this question is, when faced with challenges or difficulties, do you find comfort in or support in celebrating small victories?
Repeat it. Let's hear it again.
Yeah. So when faced with a challenge or difficulties, do you find comfort or support in celebrating small victories?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, when you're feeling when things are not going as, that's a tough one, actually. Now that I think about it, really think about it, sometimes it's hard to celebrate when that other stuff is going on, when things are not going so well. But the key in that, you talk about support. And I always feel supported, honestly, by my family and friends. The groups, Rockaway Creates, I always feel supported. So, yeah, I think, I think the answer would be that because of that support, there's always that place to celebrate, even though if things are not going so well. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? I don't
It
know.
does. And what you just reminded me is, sometimes the word celebration feels funny, but the way you just said it, and I'm thinking of it, it's like, can you find gratitude even when things don't feel
Right.
perfect? And, our theme this month is celebration. And, teeny tiny ones, that's how we get rid of that perfectionist. Like, if you're wanting only a big goal and
Right.
and people think like, oh, all along the way, nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's going to feel hard. So when that big goal happens, it's not even going to feel so amazing. So I think it is really important to
To
celebrate
celebrate the small.
tiny.
Yeah.
There's an organization I support. It's called Hadassah. And they, when this whole war started, they had a post that said, even in tragedy, joy persists.
Mm.
I was like, oh, I'm clinging to that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's what we have. And the alternative is, sadness and sadness and sadness. And if you do that, eventually the body gets sick. And then you can't help anybody. So, it's really a practice, like riding a bike or anything, is to find the teeniest, tiniest of celebrations
Right.
and keep doing that as if, our lives depended on it.
Yep. Little celebrations, and even the word nurture comes in, of course, because nurture you will come. It's like celebrate and nurture yourself, nurture you, nurture others. I think they go hand in hand.
Totally. And you brought in the friends and family. Like, there are times like we can't nurture ourselves. We're just like, I'm done. I got nothing. And then it's like, can you help me?
Right.
That's really what we are so lucky to have here in Rockaway is we all live very close. I remember I had a medical thing. I was like, not you and Paulette like jumped in, and I did not have an easy time asking. In fact, I went to the procedure and they were like, you need someone to take you home. And I didn't have that, or I didn't
You're
have
like,
something.
no, I'm going to call an Uber.
And they were like, ma'am, you cannot. And I was really confronted. But the fact, that we live in this neighborhood and everybody's welcome,
Right.
that we can really help each other and we really do show up is so beautiful. And maybe rare. I don't know. It's not rare here, but it's definitely worth celebrating. And I think we have so much to give, which is why we love bringing the peninsula together.
Right. Absolutely. And, you mentioned it's not easy to ask, but yeah, it's just, the answer is no until we ask, right?
Ooh, I love that line.
That's it, so.
Amazing.
So what else do we have to celebrate?
That's it. We have so much. Well, I'm really looking forward to the gala. And then January 4th, we are making a headdress here at Lighthouse. We have all these materials. It's a free event. People have to register.
Right.
We'll be making headdresses that can or doesn't have to be worn to the gala.
Nice.
And
Yes.
we also have tables available at the gala. So if you and 9 of your friends want to gather together, it's only $110 each, and you get a full dinner and open bar. We're not giving out chips. We're having a full dinner.
No chips and dips, full dinner, and a DJ. Yeah, so there'll be dancing and food. I mean, we go to a restaurant and have a little meal and one cocktail for more than $110. And we're done in an hour.
In an hour, and you're sitting at the bar, and all it is an appetizer and a drink. You're already $60 in. So come and have some merriment with us and celebrate all these. There's 11 different nonprofits that we're honoring, and every one of them is so special and does so many different things. So
yes,
it's like a We Are the World moment.
Well, when we're finished here, I'm going to get on the phone, start calling people up, say, hey,
yeah, you
get to this gala. Maybe I'll buy a table for all my friends and family.
Oh, that is so generous. You would do something so generous.
But, because they're going to say, I can't.
I know.
It's all right. It's all good.
It is all good. We have to teach people how to celebrate because that's actually it. It's not that we don't have the money or the time. It's just like, am I worth celebrating?
Yes.
So we have
Yes,
to
you
lead that
are.
way.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up. Feel free to share this. Come to our next extravaganza. It's the headdress makeup party. No makeup, just headdress, Shane. Don't add
Headdress.
on. Headdresses.
That would
And
be awesome if we could get like a makeup.
no, like white war paint, like
I
warrior.
want to learn how to do my eyes.
Oh, great. You know who does that? One of our members, the ginger lad.
Oh my God. I need to reach out. Yes, I've been wanting to do my eyes. I'm obsessed with looking at people's eyes.
Yes,
Makeup
yes.
that they
And
do.
Mariah Carey has her makeup really well done. So
Oh yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous,
Maybe.
gorgeous.
amazing. All right.
All
Well,
right,
thank
well-
you. It's been so lovely hanging out with you here like this.
Hey, this is fun. I can't wait to be hanging out at the lighthouse.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
amazing.
I love you. Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Yes, you too.
Happy
Okay.
New Year, everybody.
Yay.